Good morning. April is Arab American and Chaldean American month. So, given this region's rich Middle Eastern roots, we'll focus our attention on celebrating their contribution to our very diverse American melting pot. Dave Serio, curator of education and film programming for the Arab American National Museum in Dearborn, will be one of my guests. And later on our Sunday morning program, we'll check in with Detroit music journalist Gary Graff, co-founder of the annual Detroit Music Awards. What's on tap for this year's event? He'll tell us. It's Sunday, April the 16th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Dave Serio, thank you for joining me today on Spotlight. You're with the Arab American National Museum, headquartered there in our great city of Dearborn. Back in 2017, Arab American and the Arab American Foundation decided let's really put a high-profile focus on the Arab American Middle Eastern culture, and they did that making April that time of year in which we celebrate that. I would imagine your Aprils haven't been the same since, right?
Well, first, Chuck, thanks so much for having me on. And you're right, April being Arab American Heritage Month, like you said, started a few years back, and things have definitely not been the same. And it's really been wonderful to see so many folks recognizing and highlighting April as Arab American Heritage Month. And as you can imagine, with the proclamation from Governor Whitmer and President Joe Biden, that's getting even more attention this year, and hopefully it'll continue to. April will continue to get a lot more focus as Arab American Heritage Month.
Absolutely. You're in charge of education and film programming there at the museum, and we're so fortunate to be able to have this national museum right in our state and in our city in southeastern Michigan. If you're someone who maybe doesn't know a lot about the culture, but you're interested in learning, and then you start seeing all of this attention, particularly this month, what would you suggest to people? What's the best way to be able to kind of start to dip yourself and learn into all this?
That's a great question. And those are our kind of folks, right? We love people who are curious and want to either get to know the culture, or if they are Arab American, come and find themselves in our museum, right? See themselves reflected in our space. One of my suggestions is always to, some of the easiest entry points I think are like food and dance and music and that kind of thing. So I would recommend coming to Dearborn, or there's lots of Mediterranean, Middle Eastern restaurants really all around Metro Detroit. Start at a restaurant, start sampling some of the really delicious Arabic food that we have to offer. Go to some of the Arab, Chaldean, Middle Eastern festivals that you'll find all around the area. And then, of course, come to the Arab American National Museum. Our exhibits really showcase a really full story about the Arab American community, all the way from, the first Arab immigrants arriving in the 1880s up until present day. You'll see some really famous Arab Americans who've made a major impact, people that you know name-wise, but you don't associate their Arab ancestry, ethnicity. You'll get to learn the contributions from this part of the world, things that we use in our day-to-day lives even. So I think starting, with food and education, like here at the Arab American National Museum, can be some really good first steps. And then if you want to take it a step further, again, like I said, go to those festivals, come to the museum. We have a lot of outstanding programming that takes place both locally here in person and also nationally in kind of a hybrid fashion. So getting to know the community through the film festival that we have coming up in May, our various public programming that we have taking place, poetry readings and artist talks and musicians and all kinds of things could be a really good way to, just really get to know the community and your neighbors around you.
Yeah, and obviously a lot going on, a lot that people can take in. Explain for people, because you mentioned it in some of your comments there, that while you see these proclamations, they say Arab American Heritage and Chaldean American Month. I know the difference between the two, but I'm amazed that when I travel sometimes outside of Michigan in areas that don't have as large of a Middle Eastern roots population as we have. And you mentioned Chaldean, people was like, well, what's that?
And you're right. If you go outside of Michigan, a lot of folks may not know who Chaldeans are. They're definitely across the country, but here in Michigan, we have one of the, if not the largest population of Chaldeans in the country. And so a lot of people, like Chaldeans and many other communities across the Arab world, and hence Arab American communities, may not identify as Arab. They might have connections in terms of language, in terms of the cultural pieces, but at their identity, they may not identify as Arab.
And in terms of religion, because Arab American Chaldeans are Christians from Iraq, and then you also have a large Arab American Muslim population here. And so, like you said, it is extremely diverse.
It is, exactly. And so religion doesn't necessarily like put you into those Arab or non-Arab categories, but you're right. Chaldeans are mostly Christian Iraqis, and so many of them won't identify as Arab. But you do have a lot of like Arab Americans who are Christian from Lebanon and Egypt that may identify as Arab. So it's a big, complicated puzzle about the community, just like any other group that has a lot of layers of identity and different connections.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you explained it for everybody. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll come right back and we'll continue this conversation with Dave Serio. We'll be right back. Stay with us. And welcome back to Spotlight, talking to Dave Serio of the Arab American National Museum. You mentioned earlier how this is not just food and music and all of that. There's so much of that, and it's a rich history of it. But we're really seeing a lot of it in politics nowadays, getting a lot of attention, especially coming out of the Dearborn area. You've got Arab American mayor there, state representatives. We got Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib representing Metro Detroit area, who's getting national attention as well. So we're seeing this rich culture in practically every aspect of our life.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Arab Americans here, at the Arab American National Museum, we really highlight the impact that Arab Americans have made on this country. And politics is definitely one of those things. And I think for a lot of folks, that history of contributing, that history of being a part of politics or sports or, insert subject area, whatever subject area you can think of, Arab Americans have had a pretty long history of being involved in those fields, right? And so there's been a lot of Arab American political participation, but we're seeing it, I think, manifest in larger names and larger representations, which is really, really wonderful to see. We're part of this country just like everybody else, so it makes sense that our community is going to get into the political field and, help their constituents out, not just Arab Americans, but a lot of the values that both Arab American and their community folks have in common.
Yeah, and we're also seeing the economic force of it from communities, businesses, restaurants, all of those things that feed very much into the fabric of our society.
Absolutely. It's really wonderful to see, not just here in Dearborn, but you're seeing a lot of like Arabic restaurants, coffee shops. Shout out to a lot of the communities, especially the Yemeni community, that's having all these coffee shops pop up and restaurants that continue to pop up. Obviously not just Yemeni, but it's really wonderful just to see the rich food and the rich clothing stores and the rich music shops and the rich community centers that continue to pop up across the area. Again, not just in Metro Detroit, but you're seeing that kind of expand in other cities, kind of beyond our immediate area, which is really, really wonderful to see.
Dave, give me an example. If someone wants to visit the museum, and certainly I hope that they do, how much time would you suggest they set aside for a first visit?
If you want to come to Dearborn, if you want to learn about the Arab American community, is definitely set aside a couple of days. And I know that sounds, a little bit much, but there's so much richness here, not only just here at the Arab American National Museum, but also just around the Dearborn and even beyond Dearborn, right? If you go to Sterling Heights, there's a really amazing, rich Arab and Chaldean community out there, right? So setting aside a couple days to really get to know the community, I would highly recommend. Obviously, selfishly, I think a great starting point is here at the Arab American National Museum to get that foundation of who the Arab American community is, what countries are we talking about, and again, the contributions and our history in this country, and then go to restaurants and have some really delicious Arabic food. Go to some of the Yemeni coffee shops that have popped up. Go to other community centers. You can easily make a couple day stretch out of it, and just again go to the grocery stores, go to the restaurants, and yeah, it's a really good time. There's plenty to do.
Right. You mentioned at the top of the show the proclamation from President Biden, in addition to the proclamation from Governor Whitmer in regards to April. Taking our attention to Washington, I know that there's a big celebration coming up. I believe it's on April 26th, in which there will be a salute to the Arab American culture. And I think one of the speakers there, or someone that's going to get some really increased attention, will be Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. But tell us a little bit about that. I know that your museum is not doing that. I think that's put on by Arab American and the Arab American Foundation, but it's certainly something showing that it's now getting national attention that maybe it wasn't getting 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, it's really exciting to see events like the event happening in Washington, D.C. Pop up, right? And we're seeing a lot of these events pop up all throughout the country. I know the Arab American National Museum, along with our institution, we're an institution of Access. And so Access, along with its national institutions, is putting on a multi-day conference called MOVE. And so there's conferences like MOVE, there's conferences and programs, like you said, happening in D.C. and really all across the country. And it's really nice to see not only these organizations continuing to do the work that they've done for a long time, but you're seeing new organizations. We had out in California, we had the Declaration of Little Arabia, which is a kind of like a mini-sized Dearborn out in California. Not mini, but, you know, a little smaller. So you're seeing proclamations pop up. You're seeing events. You're seeing neighborhoods being declared as Little Arabia and other places. So it's really nice to see these, like you said, these events pop up, but also, like you said, getting the recognition they deserve, because they're really, really essential, important events, not just for our own Arab American community, but for other communities to participate in.
Dave Serio, thank you so much for joining us today on Spotlight and putting increased attention on why diversity is the strength of this region and not a weakness. Thank you so much, and we will put information on the screen so that people can get information about the museum, figure out your hours, best days it's open, and be able to go enjoy it and just take in all of the excitement and culture.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Chuck. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's certainly our pleasure. And when we come back, we'll be joined by Gary Graff, and he'll turn our attention to the Detroit Music Awards right after this. And welcome back to Spotlight. Joining me now is Gary Graff. He is co-founder of the Detroit Music Awards and a long-time Detroit journalist.
Not that
music
long.
Journalist. Well, I didn't say decades and eons.
Which it
you've been around as
unfortunately
long
is,
as I
yeah.
have. Yeah. How you doing?
All right, how are you today?
Doing great. All right, so you're coming up on another annual Detroit Music Awards. What's on tap for this year? What should folks get excited about?
Well, this year we're returning to a kind of in-person presentation. It's still a virtual ceremony. We filmed it, we've put it together.
Which you went through during the pandemic.
We started in
Still kind of in the pandemic, but not as bad.
2020. We had 3.5 weeks to put together a virtual show, and we did 2021. We won an Emmy for that show.
Congratulations.
So it's been very successful, and we are, because of the huge audience we get. Listen, our mission is to expose and nurture and promote Detroit music on the largest platform possible, and we are getting so many people globally.
A lot more eyeballs.
Yeah. I mean, and
people who couldn't or weren't going to travel to Detroit or just didn't work into their schedule, they can now tap in and find out our rich music history here.
Right. So we're doing that with the streaming show, and we're loath to give that up, but we do want to do some sort of in-person gathering. So this year we're at the Imagine in Royal Oak. We're going to do a viewing party of the Streamcast, as well as a pre-party with the red carpet, just like we used to do at the Fillmore.
Right.
And an after party at which we will distribute the trophies, and we're going to do a Facebook Live event from there where the winners can make their acceptance speeches.
So
we're kind of putting the two worlds together.
Pandemic opened up a whole new world. And in that respect, I mean, it was a horrible situation, but that was one of the blessings in disguises that you never anticipated.
You know, we could bring performers that we never would have had be part of the show before, presenters. I mean, we've had Peter Frampton and Sting from his villa in Tuscany, and Paul Stanley from Kiss, who wrote Detroit Rock City. You know, people who are very appropriate to be presenters at the Detroit Music Awards, but it wouldn't be cost effective to fly them in for a single night at the Fillmore, but we can have them as part of the show now.
Do you think you'll ever go back to just totally in person, or you think you've found it'll be a hybrid and you've sort of found a nice little catch that works here?
We're finding the hybrid. I mean, this year is the pilot program, you know, with at Imagine and streaming, and we'll refine that. I mean, I could see a time where we'll have live performances at the viewing party, you know, or there'll be viewing parties around the city. You know, we're very excited, and there's a lot of directions we can take this. But you know, this is the first year. It's, as I said, it's the test balloon.
Sure. Even with the virtual event, you will have performances.
Not live performance.
Not live, but I mean
but
recorded performance. Who are some of the people that people can expect to see?
We're going to have I Prevail, which is a really hot modern rock band from here. Rockspell featuring the Detroit Youth Choir. That was a great project. Laura Rain and the Caesars. The Renfields celebrating their 30th anniversary. We have Bugs Beto and the Good Stuff. He's won more than 30 Detroit Music Awards over the year. The Chris Knass Band, Louie Lee, Major Dudes, which is a Steely Dan tribute band, the Electric Olsen Band are making their video debut as part of the show, and we have Basement Sounds 2.0 presents Ryan Scott and Drew Verde. Those are rappers. So once again, we try to cover as many genres as we can in the show.
It looks like we've done a good job with it. All right, we need to take a quick little break. We'll come right back, and I want to talk about some of these award categories that you're going to have, because there are a bunch of them.
Yes, there are.
All right, we'll be right back with Gary Graff. Don't go away. And welcome back to Spotlight. Gary, how many different categories?
There are 50.
That's a lot.
And that's actually streamlined. Last year we took a look and figured out a way to streamline them and hopefully make them more meaningful.
And unlike some awards, this covers the gamut. I mean, it's behind the scenes people, whether it's engineers, it's people in front of the camera, you know, that we're used to seeing because they're the singers and they're out front, but it's all the people that put these type of shows together, right?
As you know, producer, studio, venues, we got into the mix. So it's important. I mean, it's important to make sure people understand, first of all, that any music, not just Detroit music, but any music is created by an army and a big team. And also that there's so much talent in Detroit that's not just the performers.
Right.
But we have studio people who are known the world over for their excellence. We have venues that are some of the best in the country and the world. So we want to honor all of that.
Who votes?
It is a professional voting body. We did model a lot of this after the Grammy Awards and the Recording Academy and the way they do it. So it is musicians, engineers, producers, media people, anybody who is involved pretty much full-time in a professional capacity in the music industry. We do, however, the first phase, when people are able to submit, not people to be on what we call the long ballot. That's open to the public. So we do have a public component to it as well.
And I think I read that the voters do not have to belong to any dues-paying type of organization.
No, we're kind of proud of that, and we've learned from, you know, I'm a member of the Recording Academy myself, and having been through the Emmy Award process, you have to pay to be part of those organizations and to vote. We don't require that of our voters, you know, we only have the criteria, and once they meet the criteria, they're free to vote.
Sure. You've been covering music in this region for a long time. We have a rich history. What is it about Detroit that's so connected to music and keeps it going? I mean, we know the Motown story, but it didn't stop there.
No, I keep thinking, okay, well, maybe it's in the air, so I go outside, take a big inhale, and try to sing, and it doesn't work. It really is that it's a melting pot city. It started, of course, with the auto industry and the industrialization of America, and brought people from all over the country and all over the world here with their influences and with their talents. And once it was established as that kind of city, people just kept coming. One of the things that ironically helped was the downturn in the economy made Detroit a more affordable city to live in and to work in, to get studio space in and creative space. So there was then a new influx of creators. Same thing happened in the restaurant industry here. It was more cost effective to open a restaurant and operate a restaurant in Detroit than it was maybe in New York and Los Angeles. So we got the restaurateurs here just like we got the music creators.
Yeah. What do you, long term, what do you see coming down the pipe? Not this year, but maybe a few years. Is there something you'd like to do with the Detroit Music Awards that you haven't had a chance to do yet?
You know, really, it's just to keep it growing. What we would love to do is have every set of ears in the world listening to Detroit music through us. And we'll keep working towards that. But new ideas come up all the time. We have new things that we incorporated into the show this year, and going to doing another live event, a different kind of live event, is something new. So the question each year is, okay, what can we do that's new but still fulfilling the mission of our foundation?
Tickets are still available for both events?
Right, for the live stream as well as for the event at the viewing party at the Imagine. You can get those at mandolin.com or at detroitmusicawards.net, and we'll have updates and everything on them. We're anticipating a really good time there at the Imagine. So I hope the music community has told us they want to gather again. So the challenge is to them to show us they mean it.
Right, absolutely. Great. Well, best of luck with this year's awards. Once again, people can go to mandolin.com. That's MANDOLIN.com.
Just like the instrument.
Just like the instrument. All right. And then they can sign up there, get the tickets, and just have a really good time with them. All right. Keep up the good work, and thanks for keeping Detroit on the map.
Well, thanks so much for having us and for supporting this.
All right, it's our pleasure. And I'm Chuck Stokes. We'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the spotlight. We hope you have a great week.